Okay, we are continuing on now with our notes on concentration. We talked about molarity last week. We just finished up our notes on some of these terms for saturated, supersaturated, and unsaturated. So now number 3, concentration by percent. And there's a couple of ways we can do that. The first one is percent by mass, and that's where we're going to be measuring grams. We're using grams for this. Can I go on? So, ready for that? So the equation's pretty easy. It's just the wording of problems. So, percent, let me get this centered on the screen here. That's right, I can't talk to the screen, I gotta talk on here. So when you put this in, let's put percent M, but sometimes some textbooks will put M over M, just to remind you it's mass divided by mass, is gonna equal, you got 100%, and you're going to multiply that by, this is a fraction here. We got the amount of solute in grams. Now, if you forget, this is the solid part of a solution. Then you've got to divide that by the amount of solution in grams. How many grams of solution you have. Solution is going to be the mixture of the solid and the liquid, the solvent and the solute. But we've got to define solution. That's why I put this little star. And depending upon how the questions are worded, you need to be careful with that. Can I go on? Can I slide it down? Yep. So we define the solution in this problem as the grams of solute, plus the grams of solvent. So the solution is the grams of the solid plus the grams of the liquid part. So you may get a problem where we'll say you've got 50 grams of salt and you dump it into 75 grams of water. What's the percent composition? Well, that'll be pretty easy. It'll be 25 grams of solute, and then you'll have to do 25 grams of the solute plus 75 grams of the solvent, so that'd be divided by 100. Other times we may tell you you've got 25 grams of solute in 100 grams of total solution. Figure out something else. So that's some of the terms that may come up. But you need to make sure you know that the solution is the grams of solute and the grams of solvent. May I go on to the next one? The next one is identical, except it's volume instead of grams. So this will be B. This will be B, volume. Percent by volume. So that's going to be percent V, or V over V. I don't want to give you too much. I don't want to scare you. So you might see V over V. It just means, okay, 100%. And this time it's going to be the amount of solute, but in milliliters. You're like, solute? Wait a minute. You just said solute's the solid part. Let's say your little sister or brother or your little niece or nephew, one of them, those relatives that you actually like, okay? Let's say that they fell down, scraped their arm up, and it's bleeding, and you want to render aid. Okay, and then we're going to divide this by the total amount of solution, milliliters. Forgot to put that in. So let's say you decide to get some rubbing alcohol, but you know that's going to hurt like crazy, so you pour 1 ounce of rubbing alcohol into a little container, then you add 3 ounces of water to it because you want to dilute it down. What you would consider the solute in that would be the 1 ounce, which you would convert into milliliters for this particular one. The solute would be the alcohol. Then you're adding in the water to it. And we're going to define this again as milliliters of solute plus milliliters of solvent will equal the solution. And I put the example, like maybe you've got the rubbing alcohol added to water. So both of these equations are the same. So when we get quizzes or tests, you don't have to have both memorized as long as you know what one is. I think we usually give you those equations. So let's do an example here. Let's do one here. Can I find it on here? Do I have it? There we go. Let's say down here, let me move this out of the way. Zoom out a little bit so we can kind of see what we got working there. Oh, here we go. So, example 1. Let's say you've got 25 grams of salt. This is our givens right here. Given 25 grams of salt, and we're dissolving it into 100 grams of water in 100 grams of H2O. Right? What is the, okay, we want to find the percent mass, or M over M. So let's get our equation. What is this equal to? So to solve, what is percent M over M equal to? It's right there. What is it? Okay, is going to equal 100%. Now, we got amount of solute. How much solute do we have? What is the solute in here? The water or the salt?
Salt.
How many grams do we have of it? 25. So we got 25 grams NaCl. Should I zoom in a little bit? Well, I'm going to leave it out there because I want to, I guess we better zoom in so you can see what we're looking at. Now we got to divide it. Now we need to divide it by the amount of solution. Amount of solution is the grams of solute plus the grams of solvent. So, what do we put underneath here? Are we putting 100 down here or 125? Because that's how many, we have that much water. Okay, I agree with you. So 125 grams of solution. We'll abbreviate SOLN. Okay. So, get your calculators. Well, yeah, 25 divided by 125. The group that gets me the correct answer first wins some candy. Well, I'm hearing 5. Let's see if...
0.5.
Wait, now I'm hearing 0.5, the people behind him.
I said that.
Well, let's see. 25 divided by... Oh, clear. 25. Wow!
Jesse hit me.
Equals 0.2, but we're not done. We got to multiply by 100%. I got 20.
That's what I got. 20.
Well, I didn't hear that.
20. I yelled out too. Jesse yelled out 0.5 and I said 20.
So, let's look at that again. I'm getting weird looks. Did you do 25 divided by 125?
Yeah, and you get 20.
And get 0.2?
No.
Then you got to times by 100.
Can you move it? That's what I said.
What? You want to see? There we go.
That's exactly what I said.
Equals 20%
You still deserve it.
by mass.
The answer is
20% salt solution. There you go. With that, we'll end this lesson.